Hey guys, Scott here again. I'm kind of continuing on my, beer dissection journey. Some of you have been watching all my videos, some sporadically. What I did start about a week ago was to start doing some videos on the Sam Adams beers for cheers. I'll probably get a graphic over my shoulder here if you're not sure what I'm talking about. It's usually a seasonal packet. A lot of breweries do it. Saranac, I know, has done in the past. I haven't seen theirs this year. But what Sam Adams did is, or they usually do every year, is they'll take 6 beers, give you 2 beers, they put them in a 12-pack. Some of them are your classics, like the Boston Lager especially. But they usually throw in some, Christmas spice beers. Think of it like the pumpkin spice, beer package that you'll get. But they'll use beers that kind of come around just for holidays, and they'll use cinnamon and ginger and orange peel and things like that. It's usually not my number one, thing to, type of style of beer to drink with all the different spices. There's a few out there, and I've done wit beer videos and things like that. But what I like about Sam Adams doing this is that, you can get taste a few different styles of beer, which is what I usually do. If you were hanging out with me, as I've said in another video, if I'm having 2, 3, 4 beers or whatever, you probably was going to see me with 4 different beers or maybe 2 or 3 different ones. I like the different variation to it, and you can kind of get it in a nice, tight package, when you buy them that way. And Sam Adams, in the late 80s, early 90s, when I got into craft beer, they had the honey porter, the cream stout. One of them I'm going to be doing right now on video was around Old Fezziwig, but it's just a nice way of getting introduced to different styles of beer when you see these packets. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop drinking my craft beer that I love in some of the local places here, but it's just a good old standby. So the beer I'm going to do today, is Old Fezziwig. Now, the beers that are in this, besides Old Fezziwig in this package, is you're going to get a cold IPA. Again, you're getting 2 bottles of all of them. That's going to be kind of like a West Coast kind of IPA. I may or may not do a video on that. The Schwartz, the Black Lager, which is a Schwartz beer. I got a video posting later today on that. There's a Winter Lager, which I plan on doing a review on. And there's the White Ale, which will probably be up momentarily, do an evaluation on that. So I wanted to kind of focus on more of the seasonal styles. So Old Fezziwig is about a 5.9% alcohol, which is a little above average than your typical beer. They have it listed on the website about 25 IBUs. Remember, there's international bitterness units to balance out the sweetness from the malt. Again, the IBU number is just kind of a general number. A lot of times we want to go based upon perceived bitterness or perceived sweetness. And because if you have too much malt and sugar, you don't have enough bitterness to it, the beer is going to seem very cloying, very sweet. Also vice versa. If you go more hop versus the sweetness is going to seem a little bit more bitter, so you're going to perceive it a little bit. So there's a balance between the two. So you can kind of keep the same bitterness and then change the sweetness, and your perception will be different, okay? So I won't go down that path too much. But Old Fezziwig is interesting because I remember it may have been the early 90s when I was drinking, again, Pete's Wicked Ale and Sam Adams and things like that. And, Old Fezziwig was out, and I was actually shocked to see it in this package. So let's pour this bad boy here. And again, I didn't show you initially, but I'm pouring into my typical oversized snifter, small tulip kind of glass. So first thing we want to take a look at is this a nice medium to dark amber color. Didn't pour too aggressively. The head seems like it's fleeting a little bit. It's kind of a beige, white beige, kind of color. They say it's brewed with orange peel, ginger, and some cinnamon. So, you think of your Christmas cookies, okay? I pick up a little bit of the cinnamon. I'm not getting much ginger, which could be good or bad depending on what style. Like I said, I don't drink a lot of spiced beers, as well as I don't put a lot of fruit in my beer. But it has, subtle subtle cinnamon. I get like a kind of a caramel malt profile, dark, a toast, like almost like a, I don't want to say pumpernickel bread, but like a more Maillard reaction type of toast reaction in the malt profile here. Maybe even a little bit, maybe a little toffee too, slightly nutty. And that's probably coming from the specialty grains. I don't, get, the brewers from Sam Adams or any of these breweries don't send me private notes on what they're using, so I have to kind of take a guess. Okay, I get definitely that Maillard reaction. Those that are familiar with Doppelbocks, German Doppelbocks, is one of my another favorite, variety of beer. Sounds like I enjoy all the beers. I do enjoy a lot of beers, but the Maillard, that deep, caramelized type of reaction. Not to the part that it's like caramel that you're eating, candies. Or if you've ever had a Wee Heavy, which is a British beer, you get a little more from Belhaven, which gives you a little more caramel. This kind of gives you a little bit of that Doppelbock Maillard reaction, kind of toffee, a little bit darker toast, smell to it. And I guess you get a little orange, and they say orange peel. I don't get any orange from this, at least in the aroma. Let me do a little taste here. Oh yeah. That same Maillard, toffee, caramel, dark toast. Like again, if you've had Doppelbock, you know what I'm talking about. You kind of get that Maillard reaction on your tongue. It's pleasant. It's not harsh at all. Pretty medium carbonation, kind of medium body, medium to maybe medium high body to this. And I think it's meant to be that way because with Old Fezziwig, I remember back in the day, some people used to try to age this. It's not really, I'm not going to tell someone they can't try aging. I mean, it is at 5.8%. 5.8 puts you around your Oktoberfest beers or Fest beer percentage, 5.8 to 6.3. So it's definitely hefty that way. I get a little bitterness on the back end a little bit. But again, the main thing you're getting, at least in the malt profile, is that toffee, slightly burnt caramel, mild roast. This is not like porter or stout. You're not getting like espresso kind of roast or anything like that when we talk about that Maillard reaction. Subtly, there could be a little bit of cinnamon in there. And nutmeg. It doesn't hit you hard, so it's not like, over the top. And, the Belgians would be proud because they a lot of times will seek, they want you to, this is not a Belgian style, but, they want you to know that there's something in there, but not know exactly what it is. So like the ratios, take the website that there is some orange peel cinnamon. I get 0 orange from this. I mean, maybe some sweetness on the back end. But it's very easy drinking. I mean, it's not, there's no astringency, there's no alcoholic warmth since it's still kind of low. Anything over 7%, I'll get a little bit of that alcoholic warmth. But I can see this is, a nice sipping by the fire beer without getting blown away with, like, say, a barley wine or something like that. Like I said, it is about 25 IBUs, so it's not really heavily hopped anyway. They do have ginger in there, supposedly, cinnamon, orange peel. But definitely medium bodied. So if I was to try to, if you were thinking of getting this and you're getting a 12 pack, I don't know if you can buy these separately, Old Fezziwig. Maybe up in Massachusetts you can. It's definitely a, sit by the fireplace type of beer. Pairing, I don't really have much comment right now on any food pairing with this right now. I'd probably have to like slowly consume this a little bit. But since it's got that dark malt profile, some pork dishes, some light beef, and just sit back and enjoy it. So again, this is one of the beers for cheers, Old Fezziwig. It's been around for years. I think they stopped brewing it for a while. That is the advantage of some of these macro breweries too. They can take gambles and risks and discontinue things and everything. But if you do get the 12-pack from Beers for Cheers, it's worth trying. And again, by all means, come back to this video if you are watching it. Tell me your opinions on it. Okay, I'm just throwing you my opinions. It doesn't necessarily have to, translate to your opinion, obviously. So Beers for Cheers, 12-pack, Old Fezziwig, Sam Adams. I'm going to try to do some reviews on some of these other beers in this 12-pack over the course of days, if I haven't done them already. Okay? Have a great day, guys. Take care.